Hi guys! So today I want to share with you guys something that I did recently, and it is my engagement photo shoot. I want to give you guys a couple tips that I did personally to prepare for it. So that's how you're going to know like the style that you like, is by just looking at other engagement photography and just see what relates to you the most. So pick one and stick with it so that you don't get confused and like try to figure out all different kinds of location to go to. In my case, I was lucky to have someone who was my friend and who was willing to sacrifice a massive amount of time to like devote into my engagement pictures. But a lot of times if you hire people, it's kind of harsh to say, but they're only going to care so much about you that they're not going to devote that. I don't know, like for me it took us like 5 hours to take our pictures. That's a lot of time to ask for someone who you're going to pay for, and they're just gonna try to do it as quick as possible. Alright, and then if you are going to do your pictures outside, I think like a really good time of day to do it is when the sun is setting. So when I did my engagement pictures, we chose to do it around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, since it's in the fall right now. Like the sun is setting a lot quicker than in the summer, so it's a really nice time where the sun is nice and soft and it's not harsh. I love that natural lighting, and so I think it's probably the easiest time of day to take pictures, especially if you are choosing not to do the professional route. It's probably the safest lighting to have is that natural daylight when the sun is setting. Another tip is being able to find the right place to shoot your engagement pictures at. You want to find somewhere that fits your theme, and I think that the backdrop is super important, especially if you're not a professional, to give your pictures that final touch. Personally, how I found my location, I kind of started out looking by asking friends that know the area, and then I kind of Googled also any locations that are good for engagement pictures, and my photographer, aka Ayaka, suggested to do the Northwestern campus, which is the perfect place because it was just so versatile. There was the romantic architecture, there was the lake, so it was just perfect. And then the fourth tip that I want to give you guys is props. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how important props are, because I never really personally thought that the idea of props would make a difference in the picture, but it actually does. If you are hiring someone professionally to do it, don't expect them to always have like all the props there for you. You kind of want to bring in some personal props that like mean I don't know, like personal things for you and your fiance also. Like I guess if you like wine, maybe like bring 2 glasses of wine and like a bottle of wine or something, like to incorporate that would give you that more of like a personal feel into your engagement pictures. Me personally, when we were doing it, I guess like I really like flowers, and we did balloons because I've seen like other engagement pictures with balloons, and it's very like airy and fun and just romantic and feminine, so that's why I picked those 2 as my props. But obviously you can have like a countless amount of props, but it's really important to have that, just because I've seen engagement pictures that don't have props and it just feels too like it feels too, I don't know, like impersonal. It doesn't feel like it has that touch. It's too just cold and posed, I guess. So I really like having the props, and I didn't think that they'd be that important. And my fiance Matt actually didn't think it'd be important at all, because he was kind of iffy about it, but when the pictures actually turned out with the props, like it looked really, really good. And I actually didn't think about props. My friend Ayaka, who was like taking pictures, she kind of brought up the idea of like, have you thought of props? Like, what are you going to bring? And that kind of I don't know, just got my brain going and started thinking about what kind of props that I wanted to bring. The fourth tip is outfits. So outfits are super important. I think it's more so of like for girls and guys, because guys kind of have just like one outfit, whereas girls have like a, you know, like different dresses or whatever. For my engagement shoot, my fiance just got a dress shirt, tie, and like a v-neck sweater, and then he just wore casual pants. And the good thing about wearing for guys like multiple pieces of clothing is that you can simply just take it off. Like if you just do the shirt by itself, or a shirt and a tie, or a shirt and a sweater, it can make dress it from like being super casual to like a little bit more dressy. So I think that's like a little good tip for guys, is that you can layer it up and make it look more dressed up or less dressed up. And it's especially nice in the fall time because it's not too hot where you'll be sweating balls if you're wearing too much. That's another story. And then for myself, I brought 3 outfits, but I actually didn't get through all 3 of them because it just I didn't feel it with the 3rd outfit that much. So I did a floor length dress and then a short dress that's like more fun in daytime. And I kind of really like, you know, the 2 contrasts of the dresses, because one was white and the other was like dark with lace. So if you're thinking of having like 2 looks, it's good to just pick 2 opposite outfits, so that when you wear them, it gives the photo a completely different feel. And then hair and makeup, I just did my own hair and makeup, but if you are not a pro at it, I guess like I would suggest doing like a makeup artist, go to MAC, and you know, buy $40 worth of makeup or whatever and get that makeover so that you can get your makeup done. For hair, I don't know, I guess if you know someone who's really good with hair, like use that opportunity to just try it out. And but yeah, I definitely suggest, like if you're not too comfortable or confident with like your own makeup skills, like have someone who is good do it, just because it'll make the pictures look so much better. And it can be like a little test for what you'll look like on your wedding day too. If the makeup goes with what you like, you know, you can do that for your wedding makeup. If you don't, then you know not to do that in the future. And then my last tip, I guess, is just like candid interaction. Like I really like the fact that a lot of our pictures had, like, we knew what we wanted because we saw, well, Ayaka and I knew what we wanted, and Matt just kind of tagged along. He's just like, well, treat me like I know nothing and just tell me what to do, because I have no idea what I'm doing. But just like having an idea of like the engagement pictures that you've seen and like those poses, you can reuse that into your own engagement pictures and, like, you know, give it your own touch, obviously. But I really like candid interactions also, like if you're looking at each other and smiling and having a conversation or just walking, like it's very natural, and I really like that when it's captured in film because it's not too posed. My very last tip, and probably the most important tip, is that you gotta find a photographer that you can connect with and be comfortable with. Luckily, I was able to find a friend who I'm comfortable acting silly around, so I guess that's one of the things that made my photo shoot very successful, and also she's obviously talented and awesome. Those are some of the tips that I personally found really useful for my own engagement shoot. For my camera, we're just using my T3i Canon camera. For the lens, instead of using just the standard stock lens, we use the Sigma 30mm fixed lens. The settings, it kind of varied, but for most of the time we use it on the f-stop that was from 1.4 to 2, so it depended on like our setting where we were. We kind of changed it, so it was either 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, or 2.0. Shutter speed, that varied depending on just like how dark or light it was outside, so we kind of just had to adjust it ourselves. And lastly, our ISO was from 100 to 200 depending on just like how it was outside also. But yeah, that is all to our engagement pictures. Say hi to the kitty! I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you all next time. Mwah! Love you all.
Bye.
And the lens, what lens is it, babe?
Sigma 30 mil.
It's a Sigma 30 mil. I don't really know much about the camera. Matt knows a lot more. So, but he didn't want to be in the video. Or do you?